Welcome back everybody to another hair tutorial, and today I'll be showing you how to do a pompadour, well, a rockabilly pompadour the Japanese way. I actually learned all these methods from Johnny Daigo Yamashita. In case you don't know who he is, he's the guy who appeared in the 5 Seconds of Summer Youngblood music video, and he is a pretty well-known Japanese rockabilly artist, especially in the rockabilly community, obviously. And even before the music video came out, I've always been a fan of the guy, of course, and he actually did a live stream not too long ago on Instagram where he showed how to do a Japanese pompadour using one of his friends as a model. And I'm here to replicate what I've learned and remember from that video. There will be a lot of blow drying, a lot of products, and quite some hairspray as well. So a little bit about my hair type. I have relatively fine Asian hair. Well, not fine hair for a global standard, but for Asian hair, I'm on the finer side because Asian hair is known to be very coarse, but my hair is, it also acts like typical Asian hair when it's short in a way that it spikes up. But right now it's obviously far from short. My bangs reach all the way down to eye level, and my sides are about this long, so not to form a ducktail. So right now I have damp hair, and you just want to start with this. If you just come out of the shower, you want to towel dry it for a bit, or maybe blow dry till it's slightly damp. But you just want to start with just slightly wet hair, not dripping wet, but just slightly wet. What do you call damp? Then we'll be applying our pre-styler, and they use hair gel normally. I recommend that you don't use one of those $1 hair gels you find in the supermarket or the dollar store that really freeze and crunch up your hair in place. I'm using the Invisifix gel from the L'Oreal Studio line. So I'm going to start with just a small dollop, about this much of gel, and apply it all the way into my hair. The next, we'll use our blow dryer, and for our tools today, we'll be using a vent brush, a comb, and of course, a blow dryer. This is extremely important when making a Japanese pompadour. But when we blow dry, we will use the vent brush. So the way to do it is that, well, in my version, I'll have a side part, but it's completely optional. You can opt for it if you want to. You don't have to do a side part. But for me, personally, my hair is not trained to not do a side part, and it always parts. So I'm leaving a side part over here. So for the parted side over here, I would go for a semicircular motion with the brush and bring it down to a forward curving motion, and do the same for the unparted side towards the center and back down. The sides are completely straight, of course. So we'll do that. Just watch as I do it. So as you can tell, what this does is that it gives the foundation for the basic shape of the Pompadour. You want it to be more voluminous because it's a Japanese Pompadour, while going really round and forward as well. You don't want to make it too blocky. And so from all the heat from the blow dryer and a little bit of the gel in, our hair already has somewhat of the basic structure. Then we're going to just make it a little more damp again. Not too much, just some more dampness. Then for the next step, we use gel as a pre-styler with the blow dryer to form the basic shape, and now to actually do the sculpting, we'll use an orthodox water-based pomade or a gel pomade like Suavecito, Layrite, or Lockhart's Paradox, for example, but I'll be using Suavecito Original Hold for today's video. So I would start with a finger scoop, and we mainly want to apply it to the top, not too much in the front, because then again we want a round shape and nothing too blocky. But of course, with the blow dryer forming the basic shape, it should be easier to avoid a blocky shape rather than doing it without blow drying prior to it. I would normally use 2 finger scoops, so this is my first one and the second finger scoop. Then we'll use a comb. I like to use the wide tooth end to distribute everything back, and comb the product backwards so everything is evenly distributed. Then after the product's distributed, you want to repeat the blow drying again with the vent brush and a blow dryer to ensure more shape. So now we have the shape pretty much locked in. You just want to recomb it. So I'm forming my part first, just swirling it in a curved motion. I normally like to have my parts curved when I do a pompadour, so it goes this way. Sling the sides back. And for the front, because my hair is slightly wavy at the front, I like to do a semicircular motion, because for some people, you can just comb it straight up and push it forward. But as for me, that method doesn't work too well because it'll eventually just fall to the side. So the method that works best for me is swirling it in a semicircular motion like this, slightly. Then using the white tooth end, I would tease it forward like this. You can see I'm getting more of the bulgy shape at the front, and the sides lock back. So right now you're really beginning to see a pompadour shape. Then you want to lock that in with a bit of hairspray, but not too much. Like from this distance right here, I would apply it only to the front, not the sides. The front and the top. Now blow dry that again, but you want to act quickly before it hardens. Again, vent brush every time you blow dry. So yeah, this method's not the most practical ever, but it's how the Japanese do it. A lot of add products, blow dry, add products, blow dry. You have to kind of repeat it all over again, which is why this is really, if you're new to making pompadours, I wouldn't recommend jumping to this method first, because there are much easier approaches to this one. To be fair, the Japanese method is probably the most complex pompadour making method I've ever encountered. So a lot of trial and error. It does take a bit of practice. But if you have prior pompadour experience, it shouldn't be too hard. It just takes more time. You're beginning to really feel that there's a little more of the apparent hold right there. Then for more shine, we should add an oil-based pomade that is sort of like on the lighter side. That's really sticky and super shiny. And for this, I'll be using a Japanese pomade called Tancho, which is sticky as light medium I've encountered. It's between light to medium hold, and the shine of this one is crazy. But we'll mostly be using this on the sides to just ensure it's really tightened and a bit on top. But you wouldn't want to put too much to weigh down the top. But at least we put some on top to, in order to actually stick the hair better together, to give more of that clumpy slickness. Apply it to the sides, and a little on top. Then form your pomp again. I know this might be really frustrating for some of you to just add products, then do the pump again, add products and do the pump again, and blow dry. It's all about repeating, really. Doing the same steps all over again with just different products. But the purpose of restarting the pump and destroying it is to actually really make sure the pump is obviously locked in, you have that shape already. So I will give no further explanation because I already showed you several times on how to do this pump already. It's just really the same, just applying different products. Finally, you'd want to apply just a little bit more hairspray on top. But before I do that, I forgot to show how we comb it back. So basically for this one, your sides, most Japanese people to do a pompadour, like a ducktail with their pompadour. It's basically a ducktail is how you comb it back, where the sides are long enough so that you comb the sides all the way back and they meet at the center of the back together, just like a duck's ass. So you comb them, both sides, until they meet at the center, the middle of your back. My hair type is not the best for this, but it's at an appropriate length. Then you want to just separate a little the middle. And that's basically ducktail. Then you apply the hairspray, a little bit of it on top, because you might want to finish already, but if you really want it high, you can blow dry again, which I will do this time, but I promise this will be the last time I blow dry. Then without additional product, my hair is still flexible enough. So I would recomb everything. And you already have the shine, the shape, and the prior shape from all the whole of the different products. So it shouldn't be too long this time. But no more blow drying, I promise you. That was my last time. If you want to, you can do a little flop where you take some strands in the middle, carefully, just tease it out. Twist them together so that they fall down like this. But you must be really careful if you do this flop, which is, I mean, it does look cool, but sometimes I just prefer not to do it. Then you want to add your hairspray after that. But I'll probably not go with the flop today. Or maybe I will, just to show what it looks like in the final style later on. But I find that my pompadours just stay sturdier without the flop. Slick everything back. And finally, hairspray again. A safe distance, again, only on top. To flop as well. The sides have no hairspray, which is why I still can't adjust them. But then again, the reason why I'm not applying hairspray to the sides is because even with hairspray, I find that my ducktail might get messed up throughout the day. And if I put hairspray, then I'll pretty much be screwed and I can't fix it. Just anything might happen to the ducktail, which is why I just don't put any hairspray on it. The hairspray is the most important on top. As you can see, it's still a little flexible somehow, but it depends on the hairspray you use, but it's still very strong from all the products we use. You can tell that it's very sculpted, a lot of height there. And this is what the final hairstyle looks like with the flop thingy here at the front. So that is how you do the Rockabilly Pompadour the Japanese way. It's not the most efficient way, but it's just fun to do. And of course, with all of these products and a lot of blow drying, it'll get you amazing shape and height and plenty of hold as well. So if that's your thing, you might as well try this particular method out. And I was actually supposed to upload a different video today, another product review, but there were some technical difficulties going on, so I changed up the video last minute to record this one at the last second, so I'm going to upload this today. If you really enjoyed this video and learned quite a lot from it, please leave a like, comment, subscribe to this channel, and click on the bell icon to not miss a single upload of Squinty Show, and I'll see you next time on The Squinty Show.